Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards.
That sounded way less
It did.
slappy than it usually
I
does.
think I got my hands a bit wrong. I think I got my hands in the wrong place. Should we go again?
Yeah, no, I want you to do that again. 3, 2, 1. That's really unnerving.
It sounds different,
It's like
doesn't it?
Becky gives you the power to do it.
Maybe it is, yeah.
That's.
I really
very
hope you're keeping this in.
I think I will. You know. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 609 of Film Bastards. My name's Ian, and as always, I'm joined by...
Mark, hello everybody.
Hello, one and all. If my audio sounds a bit funny, I am recording on my AirPods. I am, again, in Edinburgh for work. I am sat in a cuck chair with a cuck footstool. A very nice hotel, the Kimpton Charlotte Square. If anybody's ever in Edinburgh, very much recommend it. Very nice place, really nice breakfast. And they've done up the outside all Christmassy. It's
nice.
The vibes in Edinburgh, man, like just
I bet they're good at Christmas,
yeah. No, it's lovely out, and I'm going out drinking tomorrow night, so that's going to be fun. And then I've got a flight at 11:55 a.m. on Friday morning.
That's not a bad time,
right?
That's an alright time, yeah.
Yeah, it should be all right. I'll need to leave the hotel about 9 or so, so it's okay. But I am first time going out drinking with new work people, so
Yeah.
the old work people know what I'm like. These folks don't, so that'd be fun. So, what are we reviewing this week? Bit of an unusual one, really. Because there wasn't really anything out of interest. No, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but we're waiting for Bex.
Yeah.
That was what it was. But what we do have is over 4 hours of Kill Bill in Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, the film that now means that Tarantino can actually legitimately just say it's his fourth film,
Yep.
which I'm perfectly happy to do now. I have seen Kill Bill as one go. So, you know, we'll talk some Kill Bill and some general, you know, Tarantino chat. Dude's been piping up quite a lot lately, you know. We'll also do some, you know, what we've been watching, talk some trailers. You know, maybe touch on the Golden Globes real briefly. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a loosey-goosey one today, I think. Bex isn't here because she's working, so it's just the two of us. I should have said that earlier.
Yes.
So, we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. Please do listen to like-minded shows such as Chinstroker vs. Punter, The Rewatch Project, The Good, The Bad, The Odd, and Entertainment Landfill. And, without further ado, Golden Globes. First thing that just comes out to me straight away, Wicked for Good didn't even get nominated in Best Musical or Comedy.
That film is kind of... Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's not landed as much, has it? Let's be honest.
No, it's really trailing behind the first one. Already feels like people have moved on from it, whereas Wicked felt very sticky.
Yeah, that's exactly it. People continue to go, and people went 2 or 3 times to see Wicked, and people aren't going 2 or 3 times to see Wicked for Good. It seems like it's done. It's had its moment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I think Ariana Grande got into Best Supporting Actress. I think since Cynthia Erivo might have got into Best Actress, it would actually help if I had this stuff with me. But the fact, you know, because I think I might have mentioned last week that kind of like the speculation is that Avatar and Wicked aren't going to get into the Oscar race. And I feel like that might be playing out. So,
I mean,
Globe nominations.
Wicked for Good shouldn't. It's not. I can see an argument for Wicked. I didn't think it was a great film. I thought it looked like shit. it's emphatically not for me, so that's cool. Other people can like it, but I don't think it was I think to call that, as an industry best 10 film, I think it would be a stretch. But I could also see why films should get in on the fact that they've hit a cultural touch point, and that they have actually that they've had some form of impact. It doesn't necessarily mean the filmmaking or anything like that. They've hit an emotion that's there. For instance, the third Lord of the Rings movie won Best Picture. I'm not actually sure it was the Best Picture of that year, but it was a deserving winner because it was a very good film, and it was a culmination of all of those things, and it was an incredible thing. It's the same reason why you could quite easily have argued that Avengers Endgame should have got more have been made of it by the Academy. I definitely think that, for instance, Robert Downey Jr. should have got a Best Actor nom, in the same way as Daniel Craig should have got one for No Time to Die. That you can have these things, these cultural sort of touchpoint movies, where that elevates the filmmaking of the piece. But Wicked for Good is just A, not that good, and B, nobody seems to actually have really given a shit. It seems to have run out of steam.
Yeah, no, I mean, so Arrivo and Grande did get in.
Yeah.
Wicked for Good also nominated for the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, which, fascinating category this. So this was basically we just want to get some stars here. So nominees are, F1, box office achievement, fair enough, I suppose. It
600 million.
Made a good deal. Yeah. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning kind of feels a little bit weird. It did fine.
600 million.
Yeah. Sinners, fair enough.
Yeah.
Weapons, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wicked for Good, like I said. Zootopia 2
has made.
Sure.
Has it touched $1 billion?
It's getting there. It's like it's chasing
938 million.
Yeah, there you go.
And Wicked for Good.
Fair play.
Wicked for Good made 400.
Gone. Yeah, there you go. Wicked for Good only on 400. Like that's that's something. But then Avatar: Fire and Ash, which hasn't come out yet.
Nope.
K-pop Demon Hunters, a Netflix film,
which amazingly was released in the cinemas after it had already been on Netflix for an amount of time as well. Which was bizarre. And that made like 25 million. So, again, that's an achievement, but also it's not, because the movie cost over $100 million. So it's an odd one in the fact that, box office-wise, it's technically been a flop.
Makes no sense. Now, obviously, we get 10 nominees for Best Picture.
Yeah.
With Golden Globes, they split Best Film into drama and then musical or comedy, and they get 6 nominees in each category.
And they fucking cheat every single time.
Quite. So, I mean, this is interesting. So, Best Drama, you've got Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Which everybody's like, yes, those 5 are probably in there, right? Then Best Film Musical or Comedy, you've got Blue Moon and Nouvelle Vague. So 2 films directed by Richard Linklater getting in.
Linky Boy's getting in there twice. Yeah.
And even in the same actual musical or comedy as well. Then Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, and One Battle After Another.
Interesting that Marty Supreme's in that.
Yeah, this is so Marty Supreme and One Battle After Another. Are they not dramas? Haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, but haven't necessarily heard that it's a laugh riot.
No, I've not. It does bill itself as a sports comedy drama, though.
Okay. But then One Battle After Another. I've seen some people going, that's category forward, it's a drama.
I think it's a comedy.
I mean, it's got some of the funniest shit you'll see this year in it. I kind of get it.
Yeah. If you were to ask me to say what it is One Battle... If I hadn't seen this and somebody said to me, One battle after another. Is it more drama or is it more comedy? I'd say it's more comedy. Absolutely.
I think you might be right there. So you got those 12. Now the thing is, no one had really been talking about Blue Moon or certainly not Nouvelle Vague. No other choice has been kind of hanging around. Begonia's kind of been hanging around, and I just want to go on this Oscar predictions site. I go on for a second because I swear there are other films. But the current leaders. Here we go. So one battle after another: Hamnet, Sinners. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Frankenstein. It was just an accident. Now, here we go. So Gold Derby, which kind of aggregates a lot of critics predictions. They've got Wicked for Good in number 8, Train Dreams in at number 9.
I think Train Dreams will get an Oscar now.
And then Begonia for number 10. So yeah, that's the thing. I think Train Dreams will.
I don't think Begonia.
I think Wicked for Good's going to get shut out, and that's the thing. I'm unsure about Begonia.
No, I mean if we're taking it out of those 12 and maybe a couple of ringers, I think. And we're saying that there's going to be 10 for the Academy Awards. I think it will be Frankenstein, Hamnet, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Mighty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams, and then you've still got 2 more, I suppose.
Because this is the thing. I don't see Blue Moon or Nouvelle Vague.
No.
I think no other choice is probably.
No, I don't see it.
No.
Did I say Sentimental Value for that as well? Yeah, I think I did.
So. But so yeah, Train Dreams I think gets in there when it wasn't at the Golden Globes. And it's in my head, I'm kind of hovering around Jay Kelly.
Yeah, the Academy's a fan of Clooney, and to be fair, I've watched Clooney on quite a bit, sort of leading up to this, talking about it. Because I tried to watch Jay Kelly, I just didn't get time this week, and in the end, I ended up the time that I probably should have watched it. I watched My Secret Santa instead, which was a huge mistake on my part.
Oh, great! So we're doing a full review of My Secret Santa today as well. Then
yes,
I didn't know that. Brilliant! Everybody get hyped.
But what I would say is Clooney's been a lot less miserable, or just he had that period, didn't he, for a little bit. He's had a few little things where he's had a few little gripes where you're a bit like, mate, don't try and pretend your life's been hard for the past 30 years. And that's everybody's life has their challenges. I'm just saying that if it was for a base level, I think that George Clooney's average day is going to be better than most people's. But he had a real woe is to me for a long time, and you were a bit like, get the fuck over yourself, knobhead. Nobody wanted to see your silly fucking rowing movie. But he seemed a little bit more fun, like the Clooney that you had in the late 90s and the early 90s, where he was a movie star. So I think that Jay Kelly could end up sort of doing a little bit of thing at the Oscars because of that.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're right. It kind of feels like now, because Clooney's also said recently, now he's had kids, he doesn't think he kind of has time for directing anymore.
Yeah.
And it is just good. If you're just going to act and then you're going to be charismatic on a press tour, that's what you're good at, dude. Let's just go with that.
And there's rumblings into a new Ocean's movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will happen.
Yeah, I can't remember who they is up for directing it. But it's not Soderbergh.
No,
I can't remember for the life of me who it is. But yeah. So look, anyway, Golden Globes. We don't need to talk much more about it, But it was good to see Joel Edgerton get a Best Actor nomination for Train Dreams. I think that's pretty promising for his chances. Even though it's. best, just very quickly, in terms of like the acting nominations, male actor, drama, Joel Edgerton, Oscar Isaac, Dwayne Johnson, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura, Jeremy Allen White. And then musical or comedy, Timothée Chalamet, George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Lee Byung-hun, and Jesse Plemons. So if you're boiling it down from those five,
Yeah.
let me just do a yay or nay with you. So Joel Edgerton, yes.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac,
No.
no. Dwayne Johnson, no.
No.
Michael B. Jordan, yes.
Yes.
Wagner Moura, yes.
Yes.
Jeremy Allen White, no.
No.
Okay, so that's three each. And then we've got two of Chalamet, Clooney, DiCaprio, Hawke, Lee Byung-hun, Jesse Plemons.
DiCaprio and Chalamet. That's what I think it's going to be.
That's it, innit?
Yeah.
That's it, innit?
That's going to be the ones.
Five.
Do you know why I have a feeling it's going to get it? I think it's going to end up coming between. I think it's going down to between two, and I don't think that it's going to be Chalamet. I think it's going to be somewhere between DiCaprio and Wagner Moura.
That's going to be interesting. That like so, The Secret Agent, like we haven't seen it yet,
No.
but the Brazilian contingent go very, very hard.
Yeah,
with Oscars,
and Wagner Moura is. It does seem like he's quite popular in Hollywood.
Well liked.
He's well liked, and the other bit there is I haven't seen it yet, but everybody's like, "Holy shit, he's incredible in this." And when you look at it, you go, "When is Wagner Moura not incredible in anything?"
Absolutely fucking banged in Civil War last year.
Yeah, I mean, I would have given him best supporting for that. I thought he was incredible in that. I thought he was. I thought Callie Spenny and Chris Dunst were very, very good in it as well. But I just thought
I'd give Callie Spenny anything. So.
Yeah, me too, to be fair. But I just thought that he added such a way of for them to be able to get the coldness that they had to, the forced coldness and the forced detachment that they had to get across. You have to have that element of why, of somebody giving a shit, and I thought he pulled that off so well.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be DiCaprio. Like I feel like DiCaprio having two Oscars feels alright, and for one battle after another feels great.
I feel like the Academy at some point will want DiCaprio to have as many Academy Awards as Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Has he got 3 or 4?
What, like My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, Lincoln?
Yeah. I feel like there's another one, but there isn't, is there? I don't think he got one for In the Name of the Father, did he? He got nominated, but I don't think he won.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think it is 3, yeah.
I'll tell you what, let's just do actress real quick.
Yeah.
Just while we're here. So let's do the same format again. So, Jessie Buckley, yes. Jennifer Lawrence, no.
No, I don't think so. I just don't think the movie was seen by enough people.
No. Renata Reinsver.
Yes.
I was umming and ahhing. I think yes. Julia Roberts, no. Tessa Thompson, no. Eva Victor, delighted to see her in this, by the way. That was a real surprise. Sorry, baby, good movie. But no.
No.
Okay, so then we've got 3 of Rose Byrne, Cynthia Erivo, Kate Hudson, Chase Infinity, Amanda Seyfried, Emma Stone.
Can I say none of them?
I'm Rose Byrne is going to get an Oscar nomination for that film. People seem to really like it. I really want to fucking see If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So Rose Byrne, Chase Infinity, I think will get in.
Yeah, I could see Chase Infinity getting one, actually, yeah.
And I think I am between Seyfried and Emma Stone. I think Cynthia Erivo is going to get shut out.
I think so,
Oscar nominations aren't for another another month or so yet. and Wicked for Good's only going to cool more.
Yeah, and I think people are going to say, well, I think also, well, they want people who are good on the red carpet, and she is terrible on the red carpet. It's amazing that when Ariana Grande is doing anything for Wicked on her own, she's really charismatic. And she's quite fun and bubbly. Whenever she's doing anything with Cynthia Erivo, it's like they've just been released from a prisoner of war camp. It's odd, right? But the thing is, they filmed them back to back. So why have they gone back to being so like weird? There's a documentary somewhere to explain why they were so weird on both press tours.
They've got to be glad that's over.
Yeah,
But it's like years of your life just like swallowed up.
by literally just bouncing around on the back of a lorry in a car park in Georgia.
I will just say as well before we move on, Amy Madigan getting a Best Supporting Actress nomination for Weapons. I think that's happening at the Oscars.
I think it is as well.
Weapons, original screenplay and Best Supporting Actor, I think it's getting nominations.
Yeah. I don't think she's winning it, but I think she's definitely getting nominated.
No. Yeah, no, she won't win it, but yeah, no, for sure. Okay, trailers. What have we got?
Ooh, we do have a few actually. But I'm just going to find what they are. Where are we? Where are we, trailers? Come on. I need to open my trailers channel so I can remember what I've watched, because it's difficult at our age. Oh, the drama teaser trailer.
Yeah, so a poster for this appeared online yesterday.
And they also took out an ad in was it like one of the big New York papers or one of the big Hollywood papers, where it was just a picture from it, and it was an engagement announcement, yeah, for the characters.
That's pretty.
But it was just the picture for the poster, not the poster.
That's good.
It is quite good, that actually. I thought, yeah.
Look, I mean, A24, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya. It should be big, but who knows? Because it's got that kind of potential cringe, awkward thing that also might put people off, and it's kind of like maybe it should have been a 6-part HBO series, but I hope I'm wrong, because I'd like to see those two in a what's going on here marriage film.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's probably going to be one of those ones that didn't actually cost as much as you'd think it had cost, so it probably doesn't need to turn that much. It's by the guy who did Dream Scenario, isn't it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it looks fun, and that's the thing. I think the trailer does look fun, and it looks intriguing. I think it we'll wait and see. It could be all right. That.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Good.
What else have we got going on? What did I watch?
New 28 Years Later.
Yes. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Looks really good. The fact that it's Jack O'Connor against Ray Fiennes. Yeah. The fact that it's them two against each other, and he looks. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't got as much sort of awards buzz for his performance in Sinners. Because I think people forget how fucking great he is in that movie. But this just looks. It looks nihilistic. I think you said it. It looks nihilistic as fuck.
Yeah, it does. It looks like there's not necessarily going to be a lot of the infected in this one, and it's going to be like the Jimmies being like worse than the infected.
Well, Nia DaCosta did say that her only note on the script to Alex Garland was, is there any way we can have more infected in this?
But is that because there were originally like no infected at all apart from Samson, and now we're going to
Yeah,
get one or two scenes?
possibly. Yeah, I think we'll possibly end up getting like a couple of big like swarm scenes, probably.
Yeah, no, exactly. Interesting, and there's been no Aaron Taylor Johnson in the promotional material because, like, obviously there's that because, like, the end of years later, it's like him, like, he's like screaming by the causeway because
Yeah,
it's like it's flooded for the night, so he can't get over.
yeah,
But like, it was like the insinuation was he's going to go trying to find his boy.
yeah. I have read that it's he's in it. He is in it, but it's very much towards the end.
I wonder. I still can't help but think he's gonna get infected,
And be a big old zombie.
potentially. Yeah, like potentially be an alpha,
Yeah.
and then because Cillian Murphy's gonna rock up at the end of this one, and then is it gonna be Cillian Murphy and Spike versus Spike's dad or something?
Yeah. Is he gonna? Is fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson gonna crop up towards the end of this one and get infected to save Spike or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. Also, I can't help but feel it's going to be there's not exactly a cure, but there's something that just like quiets the rage, and then they just become their own. Like, is it going to be like the third one? Is like, could they just be their own subset of humans who coexist, or at least like
Ooh, that's
just
interesting.
can like not want to kill other people? Like, I wonder about that, but we'll yeah, obviously we'll see. I love the fact that it's coming out in January.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a treat to just have this come out in January.
Yeah, it feels like I think it'll land quite well in January. People
Yeah.
Post Christmas, little bit. Let's go and watch some fucking zombies, and some weirdness. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go and watch an odd fucking angry horror action movie.
yeah, too right. Looking forward to it. It's only a few weeks away now.
It's not that long, is it? Huh?
Yeah, it's like 14th of January, I think. Something like that.
Ready or Not 2.
Here I come.
Yeah, here I come.
I I do wish it was called just Ready or Not: Here I Come.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'm glad they've given a quick explanation for how does the same shit happen to the same person twice.
Yeah.
That's good. Very intrigued to see what the fuck David Cronenberg's doing in it. And
Yeah, strange
Sarah
that.
Michelle Gellar
He does have a habit of
as-
this a little bit, though.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he rocked up in Jason X, didn't he? Like
Yeah, that was
he
it.
will do these. Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar. I just love the fact that what is she just going to be like MAGA bitch in this or something who wants to kill lower class people?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that seems like
That'll do.
her MO. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar back on our big screen.
Yeah, too right. I don't think I've got any other trailers.
I don't think I've got any others, no.
No. Okay. All right. Let's move on then. So, let's talk about Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. I don't think we really need to introduce Kill Bill.
No, I don't
really,
think we do, no.
we? So, yeah, interesting one. This that they just randomly decided to like finally put this out in December. I suppose it's almost like what came first, the chicken or the egg, the Fortnite thing, or the decision to release Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair.
Yeah, because it's played.
Yeah.
It's played at the New Beverly like a few times over the years, but I think not for like about 15 years. So it is weird.
I think there's been some rights shenanigans because Lionsgate are putting this out. I think it was Lionsgate logo at the start.
Yeah, it was Lionsgate. Yeah,
So I think there may well have been some rights shenanigans. So yeah, look, Tarantino, he's not made a movie for 6 years now,
Yeah.
but he's written Cinema Speculation. He wrote the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood novel. He was going to do the Movie Critic, and then kind of kiboshed it. And it kind of seems like elements of the Adventures of Cliff Booth seem to be taking bits of that. So he's still very much
We've got a play
in
next
the
year, haven't we?
culture. Yeah, and he's got a play that he's doing in London next year. Very much in the culture still. I will say, so the Fortnite thing, for those who don't know, is the lost chapter of Kill Bill. And it's a 9-minute short set in the Fortnite world, which is the bride being targeted by Gogo's sister. But it also features Fortnite characters, including Peely, a banana man, and the element of drinking shield potions in Fortnite. These blue things.
Was that what they were?
Yeah, that's what they were. Tarantino is in it. His voice is in it. Letterboxd says this is directed by Quentin Tarantino, which is fucking hilarious. It played at the end of the whole bloody affair, yeah? I watched it online, but it played after the credits.
Right. There is... So the credits... Did you stay for any of the credits?
Like the bits where it's like the actor kind of roll call.
Yeah.
But then I left.
So there's those credits, which I believe were the end of Kill Bill 2. But then there was another set of credits within Kill Bill 2, wasn't there? That were done... That were the old school movie credits.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they played as well. And then the other credits played as well. So there was 3 sets of credits. And then everything else came up. And then the house lights came up. And then the screen went to basically off. Right? And we went, oh, all right then. And started to get up. And then this thing started. And then I wish that I had got... Let's look at it separately. That thing is fucking garbage. I do not believe in any way that was written at the same time as Kill Bill. If Tarantino wants to say that, I am outright going to call him a fucking liar. Because it can't have been. It's crap. It's very much... I haven't made a film in 6 years. And writing books doesn't seem to actually make me as much money. So, yeah.
The thing is, I kind of get it as a marketing stunt to get people to go see the whole bloody affair.
I have no issue with this. I have, fuck's sake, movies have always, movies have to shill themselves to make money, and filmmakers have to kind of almost have to have their movie do that so they can make their next movie. It's not just about that movie making money. It's about if this movie's got to make money, so I can make the next movie and bits like that. So I'm a kid who grew up fucking eating various movie themed cereals, so I'm not going to complain. And we used to because there's an awful lot of out there, and I've seen it out there online. I'm not as much involved online as I used to be, but I have seen a lot of people being a little bit prickly about the Fortnite thing. But, Jesus Christ, movies used to have games. They don't now. Because it's so expensive to make a computer game nowadays. But Fortnite is the version of these movies, from the 90s and the late 80s, having a Master System game. That's just what it is. It's just a modern version of it. So, it's a bit weird to get all... You know, the fucking Bruce Lee biopic had a Mega Drive game.
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it's actually put at the end of this, like it is, like Tarantino saying, this is formally a part of the Kill Bill universe. Just like, and it's the fact that it is shit.
Yeah, it's shit. It is.
Bothers me with that.
It doesn't even... I can actually forgive it, the Fortnite bits. That they don't bother me, because the Peely joke that's in it, when he comes out to watch, is actually quite funny. You know, I did actually kind of laugh at that. The bit that I don't like is the fact that you've got Yukio, the sister, running, like, driving around taking selfies, and I'm like, you're not era specific now. Because that phone didn't exist then.
That's correct.
And so it's that bothers me. It's like, no. This is set now, and then you're going to try and pretend that it was actually set 20 years ago when Kill Bill was out, and it's not. So you just it's you're a step too far.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's interesting that it's actually attached to this, and you know, you assume if this if this gets a home video release, that it's going to be at the very least an extra. And
which it's going to. There's no way they're going to leave money on the table.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, God, we didn't even talk about the whole fucking Warner Brothers Netflix thing earlier on, did we? There's too much going on at the moment, and I'm glad Christmas is coming, because I need the things I care about to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, should we talk about the Tarantino thing before we talk about Kill Bill, or after? Because we have got a question about it, so I figure it's best if we discuss it while we're in this zone.
What's the question about it then? Go on.
So the question that we've had is, let me just get to the questions. So the question we've had is, what's your thoughts about the stories of Tarantino trashing Owen Wilson, Matthew Lillard, and Paul Dano?
Who submitted the question?
Dylan.
Oh, Dylan, hey, but thank you. You know, look, Tarantino has proven himself enough to be able to, like, say a lot of shit. It's the fact that it's just absolutely unwarranted. Like, why are you? What's actually brought this on? Like, why are you?
I have
saying all this.
I have a small theory on the Dano thing, and it might be complete bollocks, but I have a small theory on the Dano thing. I think that Tarantino does actually think that There Will Be Blood is the best movie of that era that he's speaking about. So was it between 2000 and 2020 was it he was doing? Yeah, I think he does believe that. I think that in his heart of hearts he knows that for him it probably is. But he's so desperate to find fault with it, because at the end of the day, at the time, you had Paul Thomas Anderson and Tarantino were friends, but were being pitched against each other a little bit as the great hopes for autorial directors in cinema. And Tarantino had been a little bit bruised by what had happened with Jackie Brown. It hadn't been as well received as it had. The Kill Bill movies, which we're going to talk about, had not been... I don't think had quite done as well as he'd hoped, and were probably more commercially successful than they were critically successful.
I think we'll talk about it. Volume 1, I think landed quite well, and then Volume 2, I think people were a bit like, "Oh, is that it?"
Yeah.
Which we'll discuss because I think it definitely works better as one in continuous. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that because I agree with you on that one there. And so Tarantino's always had a little bit of a prickly spot when There Will Be Blood comes up. Over the years, I remember a number of years ago, he spoke about it on Channel 4 when he was doing a thing. And he said that the problem is, it's a lot of people just kind of talking in between these big set pieces. And that's what held it back. But he didn't mention anything about Dano then. And I think now you can't pick you've got two people to pick at, really. And you can't pick at Daniel Day-Lewis. So there's a little bit of he's overpicked at Paul Dano there. So that he can bump it down. But I actually do believe that he actually probably does think that. But there's a little bit of personal pride and professional jealousy that the year that Paul Thomas Anderson released There Will Be Blood, off the back of, his probably least successful, not commercially, but really successful critically movie, Punch Drunk Love. He released that. Tarantino had the debacle that was Grindhouse, which I quite like the Grindhouse movies. I have a feeling for them, but the whole thing was a fucking disaster. And so there was a little bit of a bruised place thing that came from that. Did you see Matthew Lillard's comments on it?
Yeah, where he was like actually personally quite upset about it.
Yeah, and said, it hurts, But the other bit that he said was quite crucial was, he's not going after Tom Cruise or anybody big. He's going after people like me, and he's going after people like Paul Dano. And he's saying, and he took, what's it, Matthew Lillard, I think it was in a screening of Friday Night at Freddy's 2. And basically said, I'm popular in this room and it's great. I'm not popular in Hollywood. It's different. But it was quite nice the fact that he was quite honest about it and said, it hurt. The bit that I think that irks me, because Tarantino, I think for years we thought that it'd be great for Tarantino to come out and talk a little bit more, because he was great when he spoke about movies and bits like that. And then since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's come out, he's come out and he's talked a little bit more, and you're going, I actually wish he'd talk a little bit less now, because he's not talking about the things that you were hoping he was going to talk about. And there is an element of it does seem like the more he talks, the more the ego takes over. And Tarantino himself admits that he's an egomaniac. And I think you've got to be a good director. You've got to have that sense of self-assurity, for sure. But then, one of his complaints, he has a dig whilst talking about Battle Royale at the Hunger Games movies, saying that, the writers of Battle Royale should sue the Hunger Games because it's a blatant rip-off of it. I mean, I don't think it's fucking trying to hide that at all with that. But there was a little bit of and Josh Hutcherson actually kind of touched on it as well. There's a little bit of, I don't think, Quentin, you should be complaining about other movies ripping off other movies, mate. I really don't think you should. Like, I love you. Love all your movies, but that's one that maybe there's a little bit of you are in an incredibly large glass house, mate.
I mean, it's the whole thing's really interesting, because I also think some people are going to too far off the other end as well. Like a lot of Reddit, and I'm assuming it's probably younger film fans going, he was always shit anyway.
He's not popular with younger film fans.
No, which is interesting.
Can I throw something else out as well in a second?
I'm just going to say, I do wonder what his legacy is going to be in the years ahead. And I won't say what I was about to say, but it was along the lines of what we've been saying in the boy chat. But yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Right. I'm going to also remind our listeners that we are a frankly at points silly film podcast. So we talk about events, but we don't go into it because we are not experts in these type of things. And I think that our listeners by now can get the fact that we are, the three of us, fairly liberal people, etc. So I think you can often guess where our sidings will land on things. I think there's a younger element, not just sort of younger element, but I think a greater portion of the younger element. I don't think that they'd be going from as much if he wasn't so prominent in the fact that he lives in Israel at the moment.
That's also a good point.
Yeah. By the way, there's an awful lot of falsehoods about Tarantino coming out and saying that he's now a passionate Zionist and he'll die a Zionist. And he's never said that. So there is an awful lot of, but, there's living in Israel and there's being supportive of the Israeli regime, which to my knowledge, he's never said he is. So, I am not accusing anybody of anything. Tarantino has, frequently, he has frequently showed to be much more of a left-leaning person than a right-leaning person. But I'm just saying the fact that it's... I do think that there is maybe within a younger generation of film lovers that are a little bit more... have a different morality view on things for that. People will say that they've got too sensitive and things like that. There's a moment in a film that I'm going to talk about later on that I was like, this is quite funny that this is from a 40-year-old movie. But I do think there's an element of that. It's weird that he's gone after the actors that he's gone after. It is a little bit fucking weird in such the veracity, especially the Dano one, is a little bit... It's a bit odd. Like, it's like he got carried away with himself.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you said earlier. It's not like he was having a go at Tom Cruise. It's just it's punching down. It's like like Owen Wilson. It was almost like he was trying to pay him a backhanded compliment. Just like I thought he was shit the first time I watched it, but by the third time I watched it, I was basically just watching him.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think he was having a go at Owen Wilson. I think he was having a go at Owen Wilson's character. I felt more from listening to it that he was having a go at the character, not Owen Wilson as a person.
But also, let's be frank, he put cabin fever in there as well. So it kind of, to be honest, it makes anything he's written in that entire fucking thing completely null and void.
Yeah, I mean, it's directed by his mate.
Just fuck off.
It's made me want to rewatch Black Hawk now.
Oh, Black Hawk bangs. But
I haven't watched it in a long time, to be honest. I think I've only watched it twice.
I don't know. It just also it's important to note he's a 61-year-old man.
Yeah,
he's I'm not saying he's like old or anything, but it's just like he's reaching that point where it's like I kind of don't give a fuck what people think about what I say. But he's also Quentin Tarantino, so he's also been minded to be like that for the last 40 years.
He's a 61-year-old man as well who very much for instance, it's called him out, in that very good interview thing that Edgar Wright did with him. Edgar Wright, they're friends, but Edgar Wright did kind of call him out and sort of say, no, there's a lot of good movies that have come out in the past 10 years, Quentin. You're talking nonsense. And Paul Thomas Anderson frequently references it that Quentin doesn't like anything that's been released for the past 40 years, music or books or anything culturally. It's like his brain stopped working in 1992. So there is an element of that. I'm very much looking forward to what he's going to do next for his films. I wish he hadn't painted himself into this silly corner that he painted himself into 25 years ago of saying I'm only going to make 10 brilliant films and that's it, because that's how many I think that I've got in me. It's like you put a number out of thin air and then decide to stick with it because you think it gives you a mystique. It doesn't. It just makes you look a little bit silly.
I mean, I think that whole a lifelong filmmaker their last films are never the ones that people talk about. I do kind of get where he's coming from there, and certainly, like, he's got two young kids, and it's just like, if he just wants to live in Israel with his fucking family and
Yeah.
just actually be there for his kids, because let's face it, he started having kids in his mid 50s.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gonna have their dad around for as long as a lot of kids do. Maybe just focus on your family, dude. It's all right.
Yeah.
But let's see what the play's about. That's intriguing. I'm sure that's not going to have controversy at all. And hey, we've got the Cliff Booth film next year, which is probably my most anticipated film of next year. Written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by David Fincher, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
I mean, wow.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But look, Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. So, as I alluded to there, or well, as I said, I think, I think the thing that this really, really did for me was help me view Volume 2 in a better light, where I still think that the first half of this is super propulsive filmmaking that really grabs you by the balls. And then the second half is a lot slower, and there's way less action, and it is more talky. And Bill, I think David Carradine's good. I think like the stuff like the Superman speech is just a bit Tarantino going, I'm just gonna crank out one of my monologues.
Yeah. There is an element of, where's this coming from?
Yeah. But I think the whole thing, and especially the fact that they removed the cliffhanger ending bit of, does she know her daughter's still alive?
Yeah.
That is kind of genius, and I wish that I was able to watch Kill Bill just erase Volume 1 and Volume 2 from my head and watch this. Because could you imagine if you watch this whole thing and you're like, right, where is this going? Because it's been a little slower and blah blah, and then gut punch, there's BB.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That's it. It's because it wasn't made as two parts. It was made all as one, and it does feel a little bit like there was maybe a little bit of, look, to get people to come to the next one, you need to have this and you need to have that moment, because there's no moment in the first part of it.
No.
But it's, what I will say is it's because the intermission is basically at the end of Kill Bill Volume 1. It's not just like halfway through the movie. That first film, the first half of this movie, fucking fires along like a motherfucker. It is bang, 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 bang. The extended animated sequence is incredible.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think it sorts out the pacing of the whole film. I think both parts feel better paced. I always thought that in part 2 the Pai Mei thing was longer than it is. It's not actually that long. But I think within that movie, it feels long. Whereas in this, it doesn't feel overly long. It is actually quite short and quite punchy. In the same way, I think that a lot of parts of the second part of it, individually, when you watch it as that movie, felt like they were too long. I do think the end's too long a little bit. You've got maybe one monologue too much from Carradine.
Carradine.
Yeah,
I mean, for sure. The Esteban bit.
Oh, I love
if you
bit.
cut that, I like. That's the thing. I really like it as a scene.
Yeah,
And like Michael Parks doing that performance as well is wild.
I genuinely think that is probably my favourite part of both movies.
Bill.
Yeah.
But what that it's not it's not
Don't add
adding.
anything.
The only narrative thing it adds is he tells her where Bill is, but you could just yada 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 that if you
Yeah.
wanted to. But yeah, no. Do you know what? I think you're right. I think there is like I think that the truth serum bit I think is good, and the making the sandwich with BB and the whole like BB realizing that she killed the fish, and
Yeah.
I think that's good. It is that Superman bit, and
Yeah.
especially now, the post this the MCU and all that. It kind of felt like one of his idiosyncratic things at the time.
Yeah.
But now it's
There's
just like,
also
why are you talking about fucking Superman, dude?
yeah. There's also an element of it that when you look at it, you go basically because what essentially when you're looking at that, you're going, this isn't the character telling you why he loves Superman. That's Tarantino telling you why he loves Superman through that character. And I'm kind of watching, and it's always bothered me this scene, that sequence in the movie, because it makes me look at it and go, if Tarantino, a comic book lover, if his favourite comic book hero, character, is Superman, that's fucking boring, isn't it? It's fucking boring.
Good point.
It's the comic equivalent of somebody of asking somebody what's your favourite album and them going now. It's fucking boring. And it's always irked me. Like from the moment I was there when I watched it in the cinema for the first time, and he says, and he's going through, but my favourite superhero movie, and I was like going, fucking who we getting? Superman. I'm like, what?
I know you're right. Like it. What was I going to say? I really like the way that if you had 4 hours of Volume 1, it would be exhausting. It would just be too much. But so like now, the way that you have that, and then you have the slower second half, it doesn't feel like a 4 hour long film. It feels long, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like a real meal of a film.
Yeah, you're luxuriating in it rather than getting through it.
Yeah, and then by the end, when it's like they do a little bit of sword stuff, and then it's just the five-finger death punch, like now I'm like, yeah, that's good. We didn't need another big action scene. Let's just do that. And it kind of like it kind of fulfills like the Pai Mei thing, and I really like that the fact that Pai Mei actually taught her it, and it just feels like, yeah, okay, that's a good wrap up. Let's go, and you understand why she did it. She's obviously still attracted to him, but it's just her daughter's going to go down
The same
that road. If he's still around. And the end now just flows really well, whereas it didn't for me before. I remember being really disappointed at Volume 2 when it first came out, and I've gotten more accepting of it in years hence. But now with this just whole thing, it works better.
I think I always was very much like, I always enjoyed Volume 2. Not as much as the first, but I think I liked it more than most. But I always felt that its pacing was out. That I felt it started slowly with the Pai Mei stuff and the burial of what's her name. I always felt that just felt like you were going, right, you've started a movie, but because you've started it halfway through, it's not got the wheels haven't started turning yet, because you thematically still think that they're spinning from the scene beforehand. But I watched that scene like 9 months ago. So the wheels have stopped turning, and these aren't cranking them going yet, and so it takes too long to get going. Whereas this, the fact that you're going into it, you're going, all right, I'm all right with this. I'm already in this fucking zone, and it all starts to go. Whereas I thought that it never got going until the second part, never got going until Daryl Hannah turned up. But now it turns up and it's just, that scene is fucking great where she's fighting with her and they're just absolutely destroying and Madsen's just laid there fucking dead. And then she just decides just to pull her fucking eye out. It's just, I like the fact that she doesn't die either. She just leaves. Just leaves her flailing around in a room blind.
You fucking bitch!
Yeah. I mean, Daryl Hannah is what I will say. It's going to sound really fucking like backhanded compliment. She's Daryl Hannah great in this, in the fact that Daryl Hannah has an incredibly weird, flicker to her energy sometimes in movies. She has this occasional bit where it's almost like she's delivering things and she's going, this is boring to me, so I'm going to do something, or I'm going to say something in a really weird way, or I'm going to move around and it's going to be weird. And she's got that in her. She's always has that in her. And she has this way of occasionally just playing a little bit offbeat. And it works. It fits her so well within this movie. The character's fucking great. It's basically, look, what if the bride was just a dickhead? That would be what Daryl Hannah was.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the fact is, Daryl Hannah's character was right for killing Pai Mei.
I mean, really? I don't know. Like, the bride came out of it.
Yeah, but she's a killing machine.
Well,
I think I'm saying I can see why she killed him. The fact that he's just this misogynistic fucking prick who is just basically being a dick. So she's just like, hang on a minute, I'm just gonna kill him. I can see her logic. In her world, she was right to do what she did. Is what I mean.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay. I thought you were condoning it yourself personally.
No, I'm saying in her world, I can see why she can justify it to herself and say, I did the right thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, but look, I mean, also, I'll say the colorized House of Blue Leaf sequence is fantastic and way more impactful when it's in full color.
Yeah, because there's extra bits in that, isn't there? I'm sure there is. It's extended.
I thought there were I don't think there is that. But there's someone gets like both arms cut off at the shoulders in one shot. Am I remembering that right? And I don't remember ever seeing that before.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing the kid. The kid that she hits with the sword on the arse. He's in it twice in this. I don't remember him being in it twice before either.
Yeah, because he's in it. He's in it earlier, isn't he? That's right.
I do think there's extra bits in this. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I didn't think there were. I thought it was just in colour, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were right. I mean, it is full fucking tilt. That sequence. It really. I mean, it's so impressive.
It's just. As a fight scene, it's so dumb because it still keeps the idea of those late 60s, early 70s samurai and Yakuza films where the violence is over the top and it is silly and it is it feels otherworldly. It keeps that energy to it that is really quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's interesting because this film is just that kind of like perfect synthesis of really good writing and good characters and whatnot, but then with all the pastiche shit that Tarantino did, that I think came to a head with Death Proof, and I'll talk about Death Proof later. But it was kind of setting him on that path, I think.
Yeah,
But it's all just so fucking cool.
that's it.
It all works.
I think it's some of his most fun storytelling, but I do think that when you look back at it, some of the dialogue in it, some of the dialogue is fucking great. Some of it is a little bit clangy at points. I felt a little bit. I was a bit like, they're not clangy. Not as much. I'm glad he's matured quite a lot as a writer, because I think that you can still see that slight immaturity that he had around this sort of time. That I think came to a bit of a culmination in the Grindhouse movies.
And it reaches its nadir with Death Proof. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are little elements to it in this. I know there's an awful lot of jokes that go around about Tarantino's foot thing. And it has almost become a little bit like it's not as bad as you're making it out to be. And then you watch Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, and you're like, oh, maybe it is. Actually, there's an awful lot of feet in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's an awful lot of feet in this movie. The elevator scene in the animated bit is fucking brilliant. That guy,
Yes, it is.
that guy, because that guy's cool in the initial bit. What's he called? Handsome something like that, innit?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, like so in the original cut, the dude is just kind of laughing and shit. And takes no. What does he do?
Pretty
Is he the
boy-
one who kills
he-
the mum?
He kills. Tanaka kills the mum. He kills her dad by just plunging the sword through him at the side.
That's right.
And then he does the kick to set the place on fire.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the fag. Yeah,
Pretty boy something. Pretty boy something, and he's called there. But he looks cool in it. It's her killing him is the additional bit.
Yes, and it is good.
It's really good, yeah. It's really nasty and violent and fun, and yeah, it's in the same animation style, and yeah, it's just a real kind of fucking treat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's not his best film,
Nope.
as the whole bloody affair. It's not, but it's one of those ones where it's still better than like 99% of film directors will ever make.
Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, we haven't even spoke about like Michael Madsen's very, very good in it.
Yes,
he's very fun in it. You know, you've got Sid Haig, people like that turning up, which I think was kind of cool that he was bouncing around with all these things at the time. It's really good, and I'm going to say it. RZA's score is fucking great. It's just, it adds so well, because RZA scored, I think, all of the first and a lot of the second, but Robert Rodriguez scored some of the second as well.
Yeah.
RZA's score is, and I write Robert Rodriguez's scores that he does. They're fun, but RZA having that essentially oversampled and hip hop and that beats kind of soundtrack to it. It fits the vibe more of it, but I can see why he then flips to having the Rodriguez stuff towards the end, because that fits the Western vibe that you're getting towards the end, where you've got effectively, it goes from being this this samurai martial arts movie to then as it goes on this journey, it becomes a Western movie, which is, all films, Walter Hill's thing of all films are basically a Western. It makes kind of sense, but I do like that. But it's a fucking great score that he's made. I think it gets a little bit underrated, and like Robert Richardson just doing his usual fucking great work by making it just look fucking gorgeous at points.
Yeah, too right. It is. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's emphatically definitely not shit.
Yeah, super duper, definitely not shit. Really, really fun to see it in a cinema again.
Yeah.
And fucker flies.
Yeah, was your screening busy?
So I saw it 3:30 in the afternoon, and there were probably about 20 people.
Yeah, I saw it at like 1:30. No, 1:30. No, 1:00. Sorry, 1:00 in the afternoon. And yeah, it was maybe about 30-40 people there. Yeah, it was quite nice to see. But I know the screenings that were on later on the night. There was another screening at 7:00, I believe, or 7:10. So basically, just after we finished there, I think that was almost sold out. And it wasn't in one of like the tiny screens, one of the smaller seated screens. It was in one of the medium sized ones, which was quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, it opened to around 1,000 screens in the US, and it did I think about 1.5 million.
Yeah, it's done 4 or 5 million.
Man.
It's done like 4 or 5 million for a 4.5 hour movie that's 20 years old. It's pretty fucking good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're going to come out washing their faces. Probably didn't need to do a Fortnite chapter.
Yeah.
But hey.
But
Never mind.
One of those things. It's that thing I don't have to play it.
You get the Bride just as in the Battle Pass now. Apparently, I haven't bought the new Battle Pass. I did the whole Simpsons thing, and then I just looked back on it. I was just like, yeah, didn't really get much satisfaction out of that in the end of the day.
I think that's what games. I think the reason why the gaming industry is in a weird flux at the moment is because what the gaming industry has now designed you to do, or the mainstream gaming industry, because there's a lot of sort of bits of offshoots in the gaming industry. It basically makes you hate the idea of gaming, but makes you have to do it to actually get things. So Fortnite having to play so many hours and unlock all these things to be able to get these things that you want. And then something like Ultimate Team, you having to put in all these hours to be able to get enough coins to get the players you want. It's a bit like, it's almost like they're going, we need you to play it more so that you'll get what you want out of it. It's like, but can't I just have what I want out of it by buying it? That's the idea. I give you money for game, you give me what I want. Not I give you money for game, and then you challenge me to get what I want.
I think that's the thing. I think I need a story beginning to end for a game to really hit with me. But right now, like you say, all it is what they term as live service of just how do we constantly get engagement. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, I had a free trial of the latest iteration of FIFA/EAFC of 10 hours. I have so far played 22 minutes of it in 2 and a bit months. That game is absolute garbage.
There you go. And I spent 6 hours on the thing remastered a couple of months back, and I had a good time.
Yeah, I'm still playing Stardew Valley and having a good time with that. Just wandering around, so I can pick it up when I want and put it down when I want. And that's it. There's a game that is now free on PlayStation Plus that is set on an oil rig in the late 80s. I'm going to play that at some point.
What's that?
Still Lies Deep. You go out an oil rig.
Is it Still Wakes the Deep?
Still Wakes the Deep, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's on PlayStation Plus. I might try that.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that.
Don't tell people what it is.
So you basically, you go onto an oil rig that's had a disaster to help sort of clean it, to do a disaster management cleanup on it. And then there's all of these, it seems like supernatural things there that are trying to attack you. And it's a little bit of a puzzle horror game, but apparently it's very good, but quite freaky.
I will. One other PlayStation Plus one that I've got my eye on to try this weekend. Skate Story.
Oh, right.
Let me just get. There was a fucking amazing summation of what it's about, because it's not just a skateboarding thing. Hang on. Plot. Skate Story is centered around a crystalline demon who was given a skateboard by the devil alongside the terms of a simple deal. If the demon skates to the moon and swallows it, the devil will free them.
Yep, that looks pretty... Fuck, I'm just looking at the thing of that. That looks pretty badass. Might give that a go.
I want to eat the moon.
Yep. There's the other game that I am interested in playing at some point is a game called The Precinct, which is set.
What it is.
It's set in a East Coast city in the 1980s, and you play a cop, and it's basically just whether or not you're going to be a good cop or a bad cop.
That's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll drop at some point, I'm assuming, on PlayStation Plus, and that's when I'll play it.
Absolutely. I'm going to be a devil and try and eat the moon this weekend, I think. That's what I'm
Nice. Go for it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's move into sort of what we have been watching. Marcus, what have you been watching?
So I've watched... I'll say we rewatched City Slickers because something reminded us of City Slickers, so we rewatched City Slickers. That was it. The next movie I'll talk about reminded us of City Slickers. So me and Bex rewatched City Slickers the other night because it is a bit of a comfort movie for me, and I'd had a really long day. And so, yeah, we rewatched that. I really like City Slickers. It's an incredibly fun movie. It is. When people say, oh, they don't make movies like this anymore, when often they do, because it's usually about a movie they've just watched that is a new movie, they actually don't tend to make movies like this anymore. So you don't get, sort of semi-mid-budget, broad kind of ambition movies that are aimed at people in their 40s. Because nowadays, movies that are aimed at people in their late 30s, early 40s are superhero movies. They're not things like City Slickers. Like there was a moment in City Slickers where, very early on, it's Billy Crystal's birthday, and he goes in the mirror and he goes, and he said, he says what his wife says, do I look 39? And Bex turned around to me, and then she does it every time I watch it and went, 30-fucking-9! It's like, yeah, 39 was fucking old. Look at that was 39 in 1991. I was like, yeah. So that's 4 years younger than you. It's like, I'm aware of that, Bex. It's actually also 3 years younger than you. But yeah, City Slickers is really, really fun and really good. But the movie that reminded me of it was it's a new one. It's a Disney Plus Originals movie. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw. The animated
I thought you would say a very
movie.
Jonas Christmas movie for a second there. But...
Not watched that yet, but will at some point.
But you watched an animated Disney Plus Diary of a Wimpy Kid film?
Yes, I did. Actually, correction to that. I don't think I've listed them. I watched both of those this week. Yeah, that's the other one of the other movies I watched. Yeah, so actually, I actually watched both of them. I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Cabin Fever, which was from 2 years ago, which is again another animated one, which is quite fun. Where that one's all set at Christmas. That one where there's a snowstorm and he gets basically trapped in his house at Christmas just after him and Rowley have accidentally committed a crime, and they think they're going to go to jail for it because they let a snowball get out of control and it crashed into a snowplow, breaking it. And so they thought they were going to go to jail for it. And, the usual kind of like fun and japery that happens with that. That was about 76 minutes long, and it is actually it's kind of fun. And then this one is it's got Christmas around it, but it doesn't appear to be set at Christmas. But it's kind of like the poster for it. has like Christmassy bits on it, but like it's about like him falling out with his dad because he's an absolute Greg is a bit of a disaster as a kid. And his dad basically deciding to send him to a military school because that'll sort him out. And he makes this deal that if he joins essentially like the version of the fucking scouts that's in this world and gets all these badges, can he not have to go to the military school? And then they go on like a camp out thing. And of course, he ends up proving that he's actually taken on all this knowledge and bits like that. The thing is, I grew up because my daughter really liked the Wimpy Kid books when she was younger. So I grew up like having to read, not having to, I chose to read them with her so that we could talk about them. So I've read an awful lot of these books over the years. And so I do have fun kind of revisiting these. And they're only short, but it's not... I'm not going to say anyone should rush out and watch them because they're not fantastic if you have no kind of attachment to the Diver Wimpy Kid universe. But it is kind of weird, the fact that apparently there's another one coming out next year as well. That these books still hit enough. And the animation on these it's quite cheap animation. So it's not like... They're not like Pixar. When you look at Pixar and you go, how the fuck did this cost $200 million? Just pause it, whatever you're watching, and then go and watch the first 10 minutes for Diver Wimpy Kid one and go, that's how it cost $200 million. But they are fun and they work within that framework, so I kind of quite like them within that. And then accidentally, these three movies the next ones have all got a bit of a theme going on. So we watched The Long Kiss Goodnight. The Rennie Harlin movie, of course, written by Shane Black, so it's a Christmas movie. Gia Davis essentially has amnesia, can't remember who she was, so she thinks she's technically, as she says, only 8 years old. She came to in a hospital and had a kid. And was pregnant with her kid, and then has lived this life as a school teacher for the past 8 years. And then she gets spotted by people who knew her from a previous life, and it turns out she was some kind of badass spy assassin. And then bits of her memory start coming back, and Samuel L. Jackson's along for the ride. Brian Cox is there, and it's your usual fucking buddy, sort of a lot of witty lines and chase bits that you get from Shane Black around this. Gia Davis is, quite charming, as she usually is in these things. But it's of like these type of movies that you've got that are Christmas movies that are not actually necessarily Christmas movies, that often are written by Shane Black. It's what I get back to like every 3 or 4 years. I don't think I could watch this every year. I did enjoy my rewatch of it, but my brain after it was like, yeah, I don't need to rewatch that next year though. Whereas, like, when I watch Die Hard, I will be like, yep, can't wait to rewatch that next year. That'll be different. Yeah. Whereas this, I'll rewatch it in a couple of years, but I won't need to rewatch it next year. But it is good, and it's great to see Gia Davis because she physically can do all of these things. Like, she is physically, she's a very athletic person. So you look at it and go, yeah, I can believe that she can do that. And that's not me saying it like you can't believe it from Alicia Vikander as what is it. I'm saying that there's sometimes male and female action stars that you're a bit like, not buying it. There.
Yeah.
And then off the back of that, I haven't watched this one for a couple of years, but this one's also set at Christmas. Rewatch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Of course, written and directed by Shane Black, and stars Robert Downey Jr. And you've also got Val Kilmer in there. Michelle Monaghan is in there. Our boy Dash Mihawk's there. Shannon Sossaman, she's so hot right now in everything, and then just disappeared for the past 20 years, is there as well. Again, another one that I don't watch every year, but every time after I've watched it, I'm like, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a fucking banger of a movie. It's so much fucking fun. And, you know, it's often credited as the movie that basically gave Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. Like, he wouldn't have got it had this movie not existed.
Yeah, fair.
And he's so good in it. He's so good in this movie. Just there's a great line where he walks into a bar and a girl walks up to him and sort of says, "Hi," and he's like, "Hey," and she goes, "Oh, I'm Flicker," and he's like, "Oh, you're right, Flicker. I've forgotten his name already. I'm Harry," and she's like, "All right, what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here to be an actor. What do you do?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm an air hostess." And he goes, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then she just walks away and he just goes, "Is that it?" And she just goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, all right, cool." And then walks away. Yeah. And the thing is, it's a wonderfully written line, but Downey Jr. just gets the lines so well. And then you've also got Val Kilmer, who again is just, I think because of Val Kilmer's health problems and other issues that you had, that meant he couldn't be the actor that he was. And I think part of the fact that he became notorious for being difficult as well, I think bled into that the narrative that he stopped being a good actor because he was difficult and he couldn't be arsed and he was making bad choices and bits like this. I think he's a little bit unfair because he's so good in this. You know, him again delivering Shane Black fucking lines. Do you know what you'd get if you looked up the word idiot in the dictionary? A picture of me. No, the definition of the word idiot, which you are, is fucking brilliant.
It is very good.
It's just he's got the fucking lines great. There's a moment I think where Harry thinks that Sean Lennon's character has been killed, and so he's like I'm just like a big emotional thing, and he's sat next to Val Kilmer's car, and Val Kilmer's going, "Yeah, I'm sorry," and like tapping him, and he's going, I'm sorry, it's horrible. He's going, "Yeah, it's horrible." It's like, "But I've got to go," and he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." He's like, "No, I've got to go." And then eventually he just tilts him forward and just fucking drives off. But it's like, it's got all of the fun action, the fun dialogue, and it's just a cool movie. And Michelle Monaghan is fucking great in it, that you look at it and go, Bex turned around and watching it and went, why the fuck wasn't she a bigger star? She's fun, she's energetic, she's hot as fuck, she is a good actress, why wasn't she bigger? And there is an element of, that I don't quite get it, why she wasn't bigger. There must be something there. Like, maybe she didn't want to, maybe she fucking, again, like a lot of people just went, actually, no, Harvey, I don't want to. And then that fucking ruined everything. But it's a lot of fucking fun, this movie. People should, if you've sat on it for a few years, please go back and give it a rewatch, because you will go, yeah, alright. And then you will instantly want to watch The Nice Guys again, which I didn't do. What I did do instead was I rewatched Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
Which, you know, when you look at it, Richard Donner, genuine underrated director for the fact that when you look at his canon, it bounces all over the place in genres, but he's always fun. Gibson I watched the director's cut as well. Gibson just being charismatic as fuck, whilst also playing broken really, really well. That you're watching it going, God, I wish you were a prick. But you've also as well got Gary Busey, just Gary Busey all over the fucking place. You know, like Gary Busey just playing a character that is called Mr. Joshua just makes sense. Like, nobody... If you had said there's a movie out there where a character is just called Mr. Joshua, you would go, it's Gary Busey, that, innit? And they'd go,
It's just
yeah.
a big point.
It is, because he's the only person that can play that. You'd be like, menacing as fucking... You're like, yep. But, like, for no reason whatsoever. But, yeah, he's menacing as fuck. Because he just is. He's just boosting everywhere. And then you've got handsome, rugged actor Tom Atkins in it, just being great. There's so much fun in this movie. There's also the thing that I was talking about earlier, the movie that's 40 years old. This movie is pushing for 40 years old now. And there's a scene in it between two cops talking about how they're modern guys. That they're modern 80s guys. They're sensitive. They're in touch with their feelings, and they see injustice in the world, and they kind of want to sort of take part in that. And I'm thinking, right, but you two right now are probably fucking tweeting that everybody now is too sensitive and everyone now is too in touch with their feelings, and it wasn't back like that back in our day. It's like fucking. Stop talking shite. It's almost like you'd love to say to Americans, and even Brits, well, it's like, so when was the point where men were real men? Is it during the era of cowboys? Do you all just want to be cowboys? But I think with Lethal Weapon, you've got what Black manages to do, what Donner manages to do as a filmmaker is these guys have only known each other, realistically in the movie, for a few days. It's not that long that they've known each other. But they instantly, you believe the fact that they are, that's it, they are going to be like friends for life. And a lot of that is Danny Glover's reaction to him of, at first not wanting to work with him because he thinks that he's unhinged and he's going to end up getting him killed, to then basically going, like, hang on a minute, I need somebody who is like him right now, and he's absolutely fucking willing to die to help my family. This guy's a fucking... He basically forms a brotherly love for him, a big brother thing, and that's kind of what it is. And you've got that. It's all culminates in just a wonderful shot of him just after he's fucking beat the shit out of Busey, just falling into his arms, just knackered, and he's just holding him. And that for me is just such a beautiful shot in what effectively is, quite a masculine movie at points. There, like I say, this for me is peak Gibson. Even Becky, who is not a Mel Gibson fan, the bit where he's tied up in what is it? Bex just, we paused it to grab a drink just at that point, and we paused it, and Bex just went, right, I'm going to say it, right, I really wish he wasn't problematic, as problematic as he is, because in this movie, he's got the fragility, he's got the zaniness, the craziness, and let's face it, he fucking looks unbelievable in this scene. Like, he's hot as fuck. I was like, yeah. You can see why every fucking 80s mum in the world had a crush on Lethal Weapon, and it's because of this scene. Fucking great film, Lethal Weapon. It really is an absolute 5-star banger.
Yeah, a terrific film.
Yeah, down to the fact that to catch out Busey, they drive literally through Glover's house for no reason.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, what a picture. What have you been watching, bud?
It's fucking great, it's Lethal Weapon. That was lovely, man. That was that was a really nice talk on it. Well, look, we both watched My Secret Santa. It doesn't need to be a full review, for fuck's sake.
No, I don't think it does.
So, Netflix Christmas film. stars the Ryan Eggold, who I knew because he's the lead of New Amsterdam, this medical drama that Donna watched, that got cancelled maybe a couple years back, and
He
now he's
is
in
absolutely the lead of a medical drama. There has never been more of a man who is the lead of a cancelled medical drama than that guy.
Yeah, 100%. Also, just like when it said and Tia Mowry at the start, I was just like, I know that name. And as soon as she came up on screen, I was like, oh fuck, it's one of them from Sister Sister.
Yeah.
What happened to the other one?
She ate her.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
She ate her so that she could get all the roles.
So look, I mean, the letterboxed casting thing of
Sorry,
this,
like fucking Highlander.
Oh yeah. No,
She was shouting, there can be only one, and then fucking ate her.
There could be only one sister to star in My Secret Santa. So Alexander Breckenridge, an actress I didn't recognise, plays 3 roles in this apparently. Taylor Jacobson, Hugh Mann, and Santa Claus.
Yep.
So it's basically what if Mrs. Doubtfire, but it's a woman pretending to be like a holiday resort Santa that people don't know who she is because she's playing Hugh Mann, but the reason why she's doing it is to get her daughter half price tuition at a snowboarding academy. And all I could think throughout the whole thing was, how is the daughter getting the half price admission to the snowboarding academy when no one knows who
it's her.
who the mum is? That the mum's the Santa Claus.
Yep. I thought that as well. I also thought, hang on a minute, you can't pay your rent, but your house looks really nice.
Yeah. So Noel had seen this before us, and I just on it. I had a hell of a WhatsApp conversation with him. Right, I'm just going to read a couple of bits. Me. When the rich guy looked at her in the Santa costume and said, "I'm sorry, have we met before? You look familiar," I thought I had a stroke. No, it's so weird in parts, that film. Me in caps lock. In parts. Oh yeah, okay. How the fuck do you order socks alphabetically? Because there's a bit where she says she orders socks alphabetically.
Yep.
Noel says, no, I say the biggest social network in the world in this film is called Happened. Noel says, wasn't there a fake Google too? I fucking love a fake Google and a thing, me. It's my jam.
Yep.
Me. Ha, I haven't seen that yet. 28 minutes later, in all caps lock, look, path.
Do you know what the best fake Google is? In cinema. The best fake Google in cinema is in Hot Tub Time Machine, and it's called Loogle. It's in the world where Lou ends up inventing Google because he stayed in the past. And he calls it Loogle.
That's good.
Yep.
Their YouTube in this film is Sisu, and when someone's when the whole the spoiler alert, it's revealed that she's not actually Santa and she's a woman. Someone's searching it on Sisu online and just types "Santa is a woman." And my last one. Quote from the guy from the medical drama. it was a little weird looking into Santa's eyes and feeling something. I'll stop now. This film.
Barely a film.
I've seen. I don't like. The thing is, I mean, it's shit. It is shit. I can't say I didn't enjoy my time watching it though. Like, but just the sheer inanity of it. It's breathtaking that Netflix can just do this.
Yeah. This movie, it must have cost $8.
Well,
it was
did you
$8
notice at the
not.
end when they were singing and you could see their breath, and it was a bit like, is it just too cold? Do they not have enough money to warm the set?
Yeah, it's
Because
just
you could see everybody's breath.
Yeah.
It looked really uncomfortable to film.
but it also looks like the. I mean, it's from the production company Howard Braunstein Films.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Never seen that before. It's. I mean, I will usually eat this shit up with a big spoon, but even I was a little bit like, this might be a bit far.
You need to watch A Merry Little Xmas. I need to hear your thoughts on that, because that's the thing. That film, for me, was like reprehensible, because it's not necessarily dumb. It is just insulting.
I will get to that one at some point, yeah.
I mean, this film was just like, how can you still want to be an actor after you're filming this? Because you should be embarrassed of how stupid the shit that you're doing is.
It's when she goes to do the, what is it? To like have the makeup put on, I was like, this is just Mrs. Doubtfire, like to the point of where it's even her brother and they're a gay couple. It is just Mrs. Doubtfire. And then she comes out and does the big reveal where she literally where they go, right, let's see her. And then you expect her to walk out as Santa and go like, ta-da, and she walks out with just the fat suit on, but nothing else, and does the whole, there we go. And it's like, you're just wearing the fat suit. Like, there's no reveal to that. You're just wearing the fat suit. That moment is when you are in all of the kit.
It's very, very, very bad.
Yeah,
but I feel bad putting it in my bottom five, because I think I'll probably see 5 other Netflix Christmas films this year that are shitter.
I would be I hope that it's in my bottom 5 this year. I really do. Because I don't want to watch. I give it 1 star on Letterboxd. So,
yeah.
So there we go.
That says something. Yeah. Okay. So that was My Secret Santa. I watched Pulp Fiction. It's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
Pulp Fiction, for fuck's sake. It's great. My Letterboxd review, not shit. Third watch of F1. Watched it on Saturday night before the last race of the season. Last race of the season was tense but boring, baby. And everyone I've talked to who watched it, like there's a few F1 folks in work, agreed. Well done, Lando. You'll never win another one, but I'm glad you've got that one, and I'm glad you got the monkey off the back. Good on you. Go get... The thing is, like, the dude's 27... He's got 50, 60 years of being able to do corporate events saying F1 world champion Lando Norris.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, he's made for life. But
yes, the son of a billionaire is made for life.
Yeah, Adam Norris is, businessman who's done well for himself. It's a sport I shouldn't like, and I feel kind of bad about liking it. But
I just don't think you need to feel bad about liking things that you like. When I think you can get away with like an F1 without. I have the same thing with football.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, shit's getting bad. It's kind of like just like the stuff you like.
Yeah,
If you are not actively hurting people, that actually might be enough these days. Like, at least for
yeah.
the moment. So hey, but yeah. So I also watched. I won't end on this because I don't want to. So I mentioned earlier, I rewatched Death Proof. Haven't watched Death Proof in a good long while. I'll start. I'll start with the positive here. I think the last 20 minutes of this film rock.
Yeah.
I really like Zoe Bell in it, and not just like when she's doing the stunt stuff. Like, I like her energy. Like,
Yeah.
she's like just really bubbly and fun, and really, yeah, really, really good. But the stuff towards the end where she's on the bonnet doing the ship's mast thing is amazing. It's really, really cool.
I went to a Q&A screening of this movie that had Tarantino there.
Oh wow, okay.
And he was talking about, and he did like and Zoe Bell was there as well. It was Tarantino and Zoe Bell at this Q&A screening of the movie. And so it was after you finished the movie and there's people ask questions. And somebody asked the question and went, in this movie, the scene where she's tied to to what is it? Why didn't she, like, when the car sort of slows down, just sort of jump off? Or there's a bit where it turns round. Why doesn't she jump off and everything like that? And Tarantino, who has been, to be honest, has been great. It was fascinating listening to him talk about it and have that energy listening to Zoe Bell talk about it. And he just goes. So it says to like, I'm glad that you watched the movie before this, because if we were about to watch the movie now, I'd be asking them to kick you the fuck out. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say. Because the car's moving at like 40 miles an hour. And that is, you strap yourself to a car and drive at 40 mile an hour and see how difficult it would be to just fucking jump off. Idiot. He was like really fucking like genuinely angry, and then managed to snap straight back out of it and go back to being just really fun and charismatic. But it was almost like he just like it was a bit of a fuck you, mate, to it, and it was really quite fun. And then Tim Belch went, because I probably died, like, or I'd have probably been really badly injured, and although that's my job, we try to make sure that we're not, so that I can do stunts later on.
Oh, fuck. That guy never asked a question at a Q&A ever again.
No, he got eviscerated. But quite rightly so. I think it was the way that he asked it was in a really cocky way as well. That it just, I remember the thing was as well, the worst thing about it was, like, as he was asking it, I was looking at Bex going, that guy looks like Eli Roth.
Do you know what? I talked about the F1 race and I forgot to actually say about F1, the film. Oops. F1, third watch, it's growing on me. Like, it's never going to be a 5 out of 5. And I will say the Hans Zimmer score worked on me more this time round. I like the way that it's basically just one central theme that kind of like reorchestrated in various ways, which I enjoyed, and it's real Brad Pitt is a movie star shit, that film as well. So, Death Proof. Aside from that, I think the girls in the second part are good. I enjoy all of them. The first part is really hard work. it's just a lot of dialogue that Tarantino thinks is cool, and the second half has that as well. But I think the actresses have personality, and they just like they kind of like manage to get over that particular hump.
Yeah, I
But
agree with you on that.
this is there's there's a bit with Eli Roth and Omar Doom where they're talking about basically how they're gonna get these bitches fucked up, and it's like and then you give them a shot of Sambuca, and they're not gonna have a shot of Sambuca. Oh, by this time, these bitches will have fucking anything you try to put down their mouth, and it's like whoa, like okay, you know,
Is that the scene where, at the end of that scene bit, that's where Eli Roth does the worst fake kind of laugh, and then starts looking and commenting on Kurt Russell at the bar?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, one of the worst scenes in Tarantino's entire
Yeah,
canon.
the thing is, this film it just is Tarantino just high on the smell of his farts.
It's. I think that I have a liking for Death Proof. I enjoy Death Proof. Death Proof's, and I think that this period in Tarantino as well, and I'm one of the few people that do think that this bleeds a little bit into Inglourious Bastards. Like, a lot of people have Inglourious Bastards towards the top of their Tarantino thing. It's the opposite for me, because I think the problem with Tarantino at this point is he had too many people like Eli Roth and Omar Doom and people like this, and sort of like is the Michael Bacall and people like this that ended up being in Inglourious Bastards as well, who were just his sycophants.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're not good actors either. They don't seem like they're not actually going to have a career. They were literally just in these, what is it? And they're weird. They feel like weird dudes. And the only reason why you can think of that they are around Tarantino in Tarantino films is because they were his mates. And again, it's just they all worshipped him. They were sucking at the teat of Tarantino.
It was that mid noughties period where you had Ain't It Cool and But Numathon and the Alamo Draft House in Texas, and it was like that. Austin, Texas was basically the epicenter of what it was to be cool in film at that
Yeah,
time.
it's a good point. That
You
yeah,
know, and this film like half of it is set in Austin, Texas, and it's like Tarantino's playing the manager of the bar, and he's just like the coolest guy. And there's one scene as well where Stuntman Mike's talking about the things that he was in, where Tarantino is there with a girl who looks an awful lot younger than him, like by his side, and it's just there's I don't know, like that first half has got like an ickiness to it, where
yeah.
it's like these dudes like preying on these girls and like Jungle Julia, that the actress who plays her, I think that's a bad performance. It just it's
Sydney Poitier.
but Sydney Poitier, she's doing like Tarantino dialogue and just acting it like she's doing Tarantino dialogue. There's like Jordan Ladd is all right in it, like the
Yeah,
blonde country girl. She's all right. She's bubbly and she's sparky and whatnot, and Vanessa Felito I think is all right,
yeah,
but the thing, I think it's not coincidental that the first part you've got a lot of actresses who are basically never seen from again. And in the second part, you've got Rosario Dawson, you've got Zoe Bell, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
yeah.
You've got people who have been in things again, maybe because they're good actresses and not necessarily people who are just kind of like in the ether, maybe in the scene at the time. I mean, has Sidney Poitier done anything since?
Not really. I don't think. I think she's literally just famous for being Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. Vanessa Felito, I think I maybe seen her in one or two things, but I mean, like
I
Tracy
think
Thomas
Vanessa
in the
Felito
second
seems
part.
like one of those people who she's probably in a TV show that hardly anybody's heard of, but has 17 seasons.
Yeah, 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 for sure. But I mean, like Tracy Thomas in the second part, I like her when like she's like driving the car, and she's like, I just gotta tap that ass. It's like it's good. It's fun. Um, Kurt Russell throughout the whole thing, I think he's great, and I really like the idea of the car being the thing. It's like there's like the scenes in both the first and the second half where it's like someone looking at the car and the car disappears, and then someone startles them, and they're like, "Did you see that?" No, I
Yeah,
didn't. Like the car's the killer. It's great.
yeah.
And that the whole idea of the death proof thing of just like
Him
it,
explaining
it,
him explaining it to Rose McGowan's great.
yeah,
Like
no,
the only
yeah,
trouble is you've got to be in my seat for it to work.
yeah. It's cracking, and the car crash bit in that first part where it just like replays the impact on each of the girls. And I think it might be Vanessa Felito who literally gets like the tire
Goes on her face.
completely demolishing her face.
Yeah.
It's something.
By the
But
way,
it
Vanessa Felito, NCIS New Orleans main character
great,
for 4 seasons.
perfect. I mean, yeah, good on her.
I probably has had a really good TV career, and he's like, do you know what? I'm set for life.
4 seasons. That's the indication. She's got a steady paycheck for
And
like.
before that was in 2 seasons of CSI New York. She's
Oh, that's great. So
steadily done TV work for yeah.
she jumped CSIs. That means her character must have been popular. That's great.
Yep, she
Good
was in
for her.
CSI Miami as well. So yeah, Vanessa Felito has had a very strong post this career.
Good on her, and she's all right.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Um, but yeah, the dialogue's rough. There's the one scene I sent you yesterday
yeah,
where it's in the second part in the diner where it's like, fuck me, does Tarantino think he's doing the I'm a Virgin bit again?
yeah.
Like,
And
wow.
I never twigged that, but yeah, you're right. It is.
And the affectations of it, like all the way that the print in the first part is beat up, and in the second part it's not. It is. It's Tarantino going, oh, people liked how indulgent I was being with Kill Bill.
Well, the thing
Let's
is,
see them enjoy this.
apparently, how Tarantino fits this into his world is that Death Proof and Planet Terror are the movies that the guys in the world of the films that he makes would go and see. So they're movies within his world.
Whatever. I mean, okay, in that case, don't call it one of your films then. I don't know.
Which is why, which is all why I think that secretly he has a get out of jail free card that at some point he might go, well, technically, Death Proof isn't a Quentin Tarantino movie.
The fucking thing does the whole written and directed by Quentin Tarantino at the end, so
Yeah,
there's going to be some serious,
yeah.
yeah,
It just allow yourself to make an 11th movie.
yeah. It was a film of its time more than a lot of films from 2007 are films of their time.
Yeah, I think I said to you yesterday, it's amazing that in the same year that Death Proof / Grindhouse came out, Zodiac came out, and Paul Thomas and
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood came out. It's just
I
for what Tarantino's gone on to make post, which has been incredible movies. It's that this is his was his down point when his other contemporaries possibly had their highest point. It's quite something.
I will just say though, Kurt Russell in like the last 10, 15 minutes of this where he's been hurt and he's just crying and begging and stuff, and like the one point where the car's crashed, he's just like, careful, my arm's broken, and they just fucking rip him out of the car. It's great. I mean, it is just real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very smart. Oh, he's dangerous with his car, but he's a pussy when he's by himself. You know, whatever. But it is satisfying.
Yeah, and then you get the faster Pussycat Kill Kill bit at the end.
Yeah, which is great, and that Chick Habit song at the end, which rules.
Yeah. It's fun fucking
Yeah,
movie.
that's good. Honestly, the last 20 minutes are fantastic, and I think the stuff leading up to it just not so much. Right, last one to talk about this week. So, Airplane Watch, and a little bit before Airplane today, Relay.
Ooh.
Yes.
How was this?
This is the new film from David Mackenzie, which just like appeared on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It got a very small cinema release. It was playing the showcase by me, and it, like for a week, like one showing a day, and I didn't get to it. So I didn't even see the trailer for this. I know you talked about it, but I didn't actually see the trailer for it. So I went into it like basically knowing nothing.
Yeah.
So basically, Riz Ahmed is this kind of intermediary for corporate shenanigans, where it's somebody wants to be paid off for not releasing X, essentially. And he does this through a relay service. So it's a kind of thing where like deaf people will use a service where like a proxy for them will talk to the other person over the line, and the deaf person types it. But it's Riz Ahmed typing it, then using this relay service. It's all confidential, none of it's tracked and whatnot. So it's a way of him being able to do his business without people knowing who he is. Lily James plays a woman who has been recently fired, but basically like forced out of her role because she raised some concerns with a report she got sight of about a new kind of like super crop where if food started getting manufactured from it, it could have like side effects. And she took the report and like raised it with her superiors, and then they basically pushed her out. And she isn't like, I'm gonna whistleblow. She's, look, I just want my life to go back to normal. People are surveilling me. I've been sacked from my job. My life's going to shit. I just want to give it back and have life be normal again. Which is that's a kind of an interesting morally what the fuck kind of idea compared to most films where it's going to be a whistleblower. So Riz Ahmed's character doesn't talk. I mean, he basically early on he's in Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and I think he says hi Jane or whatever. But apart from that, he doesn't talk for like the first 45 minutes of the film. And I was wondering if he was going to talk at all. And it's like, oh shit, is it just going to be Riz Ahmed basically being silent? But essentially, they start having a proxy, like they're both quite lonely people thing, while he's trying to like help her get out of this mess. And then Sam Worthington plays a like shady operative hired by the pharmaceutical company to try and deal with it all. Now, I really enjoyed it. You go on Letterboxd, you'll see some people talking about like the last 20 minutes or so, and I can totally get where they're coming from. I was kind of all right with it, but I think if you watch this film more than once, I think it might fall apart.
One of those.
Yeah. There's some stuff that happens in the last 20 minutes or so, which when it happened, I was just like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Let's see how that plays out. And I was replaying the film in my head, and I was just like, yeah, okay, I think that might be all right, but maybe not. It would be interesting. It's also in some of the complaints I had with the film up to that point were also kind of taken away by the last 20 minutes. So that's interesting. It's an odd one. I kind of don't want to say any more until you watch it, and then maybe we'll talk more.
I will watch it this week.
Super, super engaging. It's like really compulsive viewing, and it is just like, what's going to happen next? It's very suspenseful. I think Ahmed and James are both very good. Worthington's good as well, but he's basically just the like the baddie, but he does that fine. That's okay. Let's talk more about it next week, maybe in more spoilery terms.
I'll watch it this week.
I as a plain, like a travelling watch, it was fucking chef's kiss.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it for me. Do we have any questions?
Just quickly before we get to questions, very quickly.
Yes.
Because I'm going to do breaking news. Okay. So, Letterboxd have launched their video store thing. It's now there. The video rental store.
Yeah.
So what this is for is it's for hidden gems that don't have distribution, and it's for recent festival films that also don't have distribution. So unreleased gems, you've got the It Ends, which did the festival circuit this year. Right, so there are a couple of movies on this that I would...
15.99. Sorry, I think I just spoiled what you were going to... Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, yeah.
So It Ends is $15.99 to rent. I would have watched It Ends and would have rented that for, like, I don't know, $7.99 maybe. I maybe would have gone for that. Right? Lost and Found is movies that had like a good reputation, but don't have distribution. They're not available on streaming. They're not available to even buy from like the Apple Store or anything like that. One of them is the movie Tiger on the Beat, which is a crime comedy, an Asian crime comedy, to rent. That's only $4.99. I can stomach $4.99. But yeah, the movies that don't have distribution there, which are Kennedy, a crime thriller there, $15.99 just feels a little bit like, yeah, that's pricey.
I mean, so It Ends, premiered at South by Southwest this year, won Best First Feature at Fantasia, won the Narrative Feature Grand Jury Award at the Atlanta Film Festival. And you're asking, so I'm sorry, and you're asking to pay more than the price of a cinema ticket to watch a film I've never heard of, but it's just because Letterboxd have said, yeah, it's good. Right?
Lost and Found. So those, right? So the Lost and Found. So what we're establishing here, right, is that the recent releases of these festival movies, they're $15.99, and the Lost and Found are $4.99. That's what we've established, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. Because It Must Be Heaven is $1.99.
Okay.
Before We Vanish, which I've heard of, apparently is very good. Actually, I've heard that this is very good. $3.49.
$3.40. Well, that's all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm probably going to watch Tiger on the Beat because actually I kind of want to watch it, but also as well I want to see what the quality of it is like.
Yeah.
As well, so I'm intrigued enough to maybe give that a watch and pay my $4.99 there. But yeah, it ends. I was intrigued by, and I'd probably paid $7.99 to watch it. But like, I'm not paying £15. That's how much it would take for me to rent fucking F1 like 2 months ago.
I like the fact that they say, oh, no late fees, but then also, yeah, you got 48 hours to start watching it and then 48 hours to complete it.
Do you? That's a late fee. Technically.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, you don't watch it within 4 days, then we just take your $15.99.
Yeah, just...
Which I get is like standard for
But not when I have to not when I have to start watching it on my phone and then cast it to my TV. So
I was
you
wondering
might.
about this though, because it was just like, what is actually going to be on here?
It's
And
just those.
stuff that those two films just don't have distribution. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay,
it.
cool. They don't have distribution. How? So that's not exactly a sign of quality that $15.99 to rent it is going to be a good time.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit. Maybe it's just one of those things where they've started out right. Let's just test it and make sure the system works before we go big launch.
I mean, God, Kennedy, like, bless him, Matthew Turner, film fan 1971. I can't remember who he writes for these days, but online film critic, watched it in 2023. So it's
Yeah,
been around.
it's been around.
Is still doesn't have anything. Letterboxd average rating 3 out of 5. Yeah, $15.99, please.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit. Oh, fucking hell, Letterboxd! You're not doing yourself any favours there, mate.
They needed to launch with
Something.
must-see films caught between acclaim and availability.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
Yeah, I get the feeling like you could have mined for something a little bit better. Yeah, real weird one, that one.
I do wonder if there's more available in the US or something like that, and we have more limited selection. But if it doesn't have a distribution deal, it doesn't have a distribution deal. So
yeah,
you know,
I'm a little bit like, do you know what? I don't need to use it, and I choose to pay for the bits of Letterboxd that I do use because they're fun. But yeah, it's a little bit worrying. It's like we've got to make money somehow. But then again, I don't know how many ads there are on the free version, so because I paid for it. So
the reviews for It Ends look all right.
yeah, it's supposed to be good.
It just they're $4.99 all right. They're not $15.99 all right.
That's it. Yeah.
If this was a fiver, I'd probably be watching it after we were done tonight.
Yeah, I was a little bit oof when that said it was $15.99. That's why I brought it up, otherwise I wouldn't have. The questions that we've had were the one we've answered earlier, and somebody has, so Zombie-ish has asked about the whole Netflix, Paramount, Warner Brothers thing. So I don't think we need to go too long into it. My thing on it is that something's going to happen there. Some people who probably don't need to are going to make an awful lot of money, and the change that we will see will probably not be as bad as we think it's going to be. But people who work within the industry that aren't the people who are going to make money out of the deal are probably getting a raw deal. That's the problem, is that the reason why Warner Bros. Is worth so much in terms of the filming aspect of it is because their films and their IPs make money. It will shrink if the prestige of that goes. Paramount are probably going to get it because Ellison can tickle Trump's belly better than Netflix can. I just think that's probably what's going to happen. And no matter which one of them. The weird thing is, for film and for cinema, it's probably slightly better if that happens. But for news content, it's probably not.
It's a massive whoever wins we lose.
Yeah,
Re- like really, it is. It is less competition. It's
yeah,
less like people out there, like producers out there, and studios out there looking for new films and competing against each other and all that stuff. Like if Netflix win, I mean, Netflix is going to be cable. It's going to be just pay
yeah,
for the bits you want.
yeah.
You know, because they'll be getting into sports more and stuff as well. Like physical media's I think basically done at this point, apart from boutique, no matter which
Oh
way
yeah.
it goes.
No matter which way it goes, boutique will always exist because the way that shoes will look at it will be, well, do you know what? There's no point in us completely getting rid of it because people are going to buy it. It's just we're not going to mass produce it because we can't produce enough that people will buy. But if these fuckers want to produce limited versions of it and they're going to give us money to do it, fuck it, we'll let them. Because it isn't going to eat away. Because it isn't going to eat away at our profit. We're just going to make a little bit more money, and all those little bits of more money add up to other money. There we go.
But I mean, I think that will come down as well. I just don't. Physical movie collecting is a thing that is done by 35 and up males, and for the most part, and I don't see future generations doing that. It is what it is. It's a lost cause. Like I sound sad about it, and I kind
in
of
saying
think
that,
it's done.
it's the exact same thing that people said about music in the mid noughties, that there'll be nowhere will sell movies, will sell music because it'll all just be in a phone in your pocket. And in the past few years, the purchasing of music has risen again, and it's not just vinyl. It's CDs have gone back up again, and cassettes have had a weird rise. And yeah, they're not selling anywhere near as much as they did in the 90s, the late 80s and the 90s. But it is a weird revival that it has had. It is a collectible thing.
Buying music was always more popular than buying films, and music remains more a part of the culture than films do.
It's more of a it's a weird one. I think that you'll still always be able to buy movies, but the amount of movies that you'll be able to buy will shrink. Physically that you can buy will shrink. For instance, your latest blockbuster will probably not get. I mean, you probably still might get a 4K come out of it because they can sell it to people because people will buy it.
But it will be smaller quantities, and the price will be more.
That's it. The idea of buying a movie for less than 20 quid will go.
The death knell for 4K, 'cause I don't buy a lot of 4Ks. I buy them, but I don't buy a lot. The death knell for me is the fact that the standard price now for a day one is $24.99, and you're looking at more if it's a Criterion.
Yeah, that's it.
Or at most Arrows.
Because the idea was, the reason why the price stuck around a certain price always was, it was the idea that it was accessible for people to buy it with pocket money. That was the thing. Young people bought these things. And there was always the criticism that Disney kept on artificially hiking the prices on these things by, Disney were the first to do because I remember if VHSs weren't, you didn't buy VHSs. I remember that it was the thing you rented, but like Disney were the first to do $15.99 when everything else was $9.99 or $12.99, and theirs were $15.99. And then when people started charging $15.99, theirs were $18.99, and then it was 20 quid. and that's how it was. But yeah, like you say now, there's 4Ks that come out that I look at and go, ooh, I'd quite like that, and I go, ooh, I'm not sure I like it $29.99.
It's like Xavi had just announced their own kind of limited, like
Yeah,
Beta Ray, I think they're calling it.
yeah, the
And
Untouchables.
yeah, so the Untouchables, it's like
It's
you
three
got
variants, isn't there?
one. Oh, is there three? I thought there was
There's,
two. So there's like a £60 one that's like the steel book and a bunch of tat. The £95 one, which is a steel book, a bunch of tat and more tat. And then what's the other one?
the other ones, I think it's 24.99 or 29.99, and it's just the 4K.
Yeah, okay, and it's just a steelbook. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
so you got the Untouchables, which have been available on 4K for fucking years. It's probably in a free for 50 at Amazon as we speak. And you've got this happening because now they're going, okay, the people who actually really want this stuff really want this stuff, so let's fucking milk them.
Zavi for steelbook collectors. Zavi are the fucking kings of doing this. They're very good at. They are the place to go for steelbooks. They've always been doing it, and I've tapped into it. And there are steelbook collectors out there. I know that, for instance, Grindhouse. I bought my copy of Grindhouse when it came out on steelbook on Blu-ray from Zavi. But because I also had both of the movies on Blu-ray, I just watched those, and I never actually got round to even fucking opening my Grindhouse. I know when I bought it was $19.99. I sold it about a year or two ago, and got £110 for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. For that,
It,
I've still got a lot of steelbooks that I could probably sell and probably make £400-500.
I just, it's like I'm bored of talking about it. Like, not like just the whole like physical media's dying thing. It just, it's, I think it's done. And the thing is, though, if Netflix buy them, Netflix basically just license shit out to Criterion, and that's like
Yeah.
0.0000001% of their content. So
Yeah.
it's fucked there. If Paramount buy them, then there's things will still come out, but it's anyway. The physical media things maybe not the biggest talking point. Cinemas probably is, and it Netflix's whole modus operandi for years has been cinema's outdated. It's all got to be at home, and even though Sarandos is saying like, "Oh, we'll honour all obligations and blah blah blah,"
But he
yeah,
wants to
yeah, okay,
shorten
so
the.
you,
What is it, doesn't he?
yeah, but he wants to shorten it, and B, all right, once the obligations are out the way, what then?
Yeah, but
You
the
know, and
problem there is the latest fucking Batman movie or Superman movie just arriving on Netflix loses the prestige.
yeah, no, which is true, and that is the thing that makes me think. All right, look, Netflix, for the love of God, just do a 30-day window.
Which is what I think
Do a
they'll do.
30. Yeah, yeah. I think that will be what it is as well. Do a 30-day window of release stuff in cinemas, then stick it on Netflix. And then the thing is there, you get that income from the cinemas, and then you don't necessarily just need to pass the cost on to the consumer for Netflix. You can do part of that if you want to increase your profit margin, and then you can say we're going to have every fucking Warner Brothers film on Netflix after a month, which will, I think for if it was like right for the ad supported model of Netflix now, you're going to pay £15 a month because we're going to include all this shit. People may well go for that, and it's a fiver at the moment. People could go for that.
The
But and then,
I
but
just
then you've
think
got the
that
cinema with just the money they'll make from the cinema as well. Because this is the thing that confuses me about Netflix's model, and it's almost like explain Wi-Fi to me of just how does Netflix make money when they're spending hundreds of millions on or like billions on this original content, and all they're getting is subscriber money and maybe ad supported money. Make that make sense to me. And if
It,
it's
it,
got to be number goes up, the way that they do that is by releasing shit in cinemas.
yeah, that's it. The problem is, I think that this is their way. Sorry, my cat's attacking some tinsel. This is their way to basically cheat a little bit, to work outside of their thing that they've been banging on about forever, which is, oh, we don't need cinema, we don't need cinema. This is their way to go, look, we don't think that you need cinema, but we accept the fact that you do. And these things need the cinema, and these things need the communal thing, but they also need to be available to people 30 days later. And that's how they'll get away with it. Is because there they do. But they make, I think I read somewhere that the average across the globe, average price is about, it brings it down to about $7 is the average subscriber price there. And Netflix has across the globe, is it? Because it's so far ahead of every other streamer that it's unreal. So it has around about active members 300 million around about. So if you're looking at 300 million and they're paying $7, it's 2.1 billion a month that they've got coming in. Now, obviously, they have to. It isn't fucking free. They don't fucking free to put on and bits like that. But revenue of of high 20s billions of just money coming in. It's a lot. It's an awful lot. But the fact is, technically, Netflix never makes any fucking money. It is constantly throwing debt out at itself as investment. Well, we're doing this, we're re-putting this, we're loading this debt and stuff, we're throwing it out. What is it? In Netflix, basically, if something fucking happened and Netflix lost 20% of its subscribers, it'd be fucked in 3 months because it can't fulfill that debt obligation. And that's the thing. I sort of think about it, and I can't remember what it was on. It's probably on a podcast that you fucking listen to that I've just been brought into this, but it's a business podcast. Where a guy was saying, look, this Netflix deal doesn't happen. Netflix don't actually want this deal to happen. They just want people to want this. They want people to think that they want this deal to happen, and that they don't actually want this to happen.
It's because it's an interesting one because they've negotiated a $5 billion breakup fee. So basically, if the regulators basically make it not happen, Netflix will pay Warner Brothers $5 billion. What that $5 billion gets Netflix in that time is like 2-3 years of Warner Brothers basically developing fuck all, which. No expansion of HBO Max necessarily. No, everything they're doing, they've got to do with one eye on, would Netflix want us to do this?
Yeah, because HBO Max is supposed to launch in February in the UK.
Yeah.
And it gets also, as well, all the stuff that they're due to lose from Warner, because they're due to lose an awful lot. One of their deals runs out on the 30th of December with Warner. They get to keep it on, and the big one that the big one that Netflix want to keep, that they are losing on the 30th of December, that they are trying to negotiate a deal and a separate deal so that they keep it, is Friends. Netflix pay $100 million a year for Friends, and they've had it for 10 years. So, my math ain't great, but that's probably touching. They've said it's not been 10 million, 100 million every year, but they are touching $1 billion for Friends already, which is wild because it was already 10 years after it had finished when it first aired on fucking Netflix. But they're losing it on, what is it? And the reason why they're losing it is because HBO Max, when/if it launches in the UK in February, they want to fucking launch it with, here you go, have The Sopranos and Friends. It's, like you said, there's always going to be a we lose, but it's the IP controlling of everything. It is just going to be... It's like the whole, Amazon have acquired loads of IPs from Warner Brothers, chiefly the Bond thing. But the problem is these are tech people. They're not creative, artistic people. So they don't have a fucking clue what to do with it. That's the problem. And all they want to do with it is, because they're no longer tech creative people, they are money making people, they are marketing people, but they aren't actually any good at marketing. So all they are there to do is to, how do we maximise profit from this thing that we've got? And that isn't part of the creative process, because that is... You allow creative people to make it, and then you profit off the creative process. That's perfectly fine. That's just how the business works. But the problem with that is, these people don't contain any of the fucking imagination to actually go, this is what we do with it. But they're all fucking arrogant and think that they do have the imagination to do it. So they end up parlaying it all to the most imaginative person that they know, which is usually a fucking idiot, and then they will come up with something shite. It's amazing that they landed on Denis Villeneuve to do the new Bond.
Well, that's because they got good producers in play there. But
Yeah.
it just... It's too early. It's going to be years until there's actually a resolution. And
Yeah.
I think both paths are a net negative compared to Warner Brothers remaining separate.
Yeah. And Warner Brothers, it's just Zaslav just going, I'm going to make so much fucking money.
But I mean, like they've got Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi in charge of Warner Brothers, and like they were nearly out on their ear towards the start of the year. Like when Mickey 17 came out, it was just like Sinners better work, and then they had Minecraft, they had Sinners, they had Weapons, they had one battle after another, which is not necessarily massively in the black, but is the big awards front runner, so it kind of makes up for it.
Yeah,
so
they will have been a column where they were like, look, if this does make money, great, but we don't expect it to. We are writing this off, but the Oscars thing is the marketing bit.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So marketing expenses.
Yeah, so I mean, like Zaslav doesn't he's their boss, but he's not the one who's actually having the meetings and whatnot. But so look, it is a bit sky is falling. I'm not going to lie, it is. But we'll see how it shakes out. But it's basically either you got a Trump bum whiffer, or you've got Netflix. I don't know, what would you rather have, gonorrhea or herpes?
I mean, the other bit of this is, by the time this deal goes through, Trump's probably going to be dead.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's that as well, but...
Yeah, and Larry Ellison isn't... He's not a young man. And his son's a prick. But there are always going to be pricks that run these things. Studio heads have been pricks since studios existed, and movies have still existed. There's been very few good guys that ran studios.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the means of distribution's changed.
Yeah.
Though. Like, that's not it, because it's like, it's the cinemas thing that gets people scared. And it's, I think it's because that and films just being on TV are like the last two bits of real, like, cultural connection that films have. And you take cinemas away, and that's a massive part.
My feeling with it all is that
Sorry.
Films appearing on television, that's where films got another lease of life. It was a good thing for films. It meant that they got reruns. But then, the video store, that was going to kill cinemas. Then cable, that was going to kill cinemas. Absolutely. Then you've been able to buy a fucking video at home. Fuck it, it's gone. fucking video, that's going to kill cinemas. The DVD and getting the quality getting better, that's going to fucking kill it. Streaming, that's fucking definitely going to fucking kill it. COVID, that's definitely going to fucking kill it. And yeah, it's slowed down. It absolutely has. But pretty much everything has fucking slowed down from a consumer point of view. Because cost has just barreled up when wages haven't. So it's just more expensive to do shit. But, you know, I still went to the cinema. There's still fucking 2 cinemas within a 15-minute drive for me. The cinema experience will still exist. It's just how it adapts to existing and what we actually get in the cinemas. But now, you can go and see more retro screenings than you ever could go and see in the past, I would say, 30 years. Nowadays, that's become more of a thing. And cinemas have adapted by having event cinemas. So fucking Andrew Ryu, that motherfucker sells out fucking 3 times a year at the cinema. You don't get it as part of your fucking unlimited, because I've tried.
Good point.
So, cinemas doing stuff like that, cinemas having bits on like that. So the cinema experience is going, cinemas themselves are looking at it and going, yeah, do you know what? We might need to charge a little more for your popcorn. We might need to charge a little bit more for your fucking drinks. And, you know, yeah, your subscription service, if you're going to use it, we need that because we need to book it down as actual, look, this is revenue that we guarantee we're getting. And that helps us be able to get out finance to do this, this and this, and it helps our credit look better. But actually, it's people over a certain age and people from a certain influence going, do you know what? I can go and watch fucking Swan Lake for 15 quid, not the 75 quid and the £300 hotel I'm going to get. Those screenings are packed, but people who watch films don't realise because they don't go to those screenings. Cinemas have almost become this duality thing. You know, the only reason why they don't show as many sports in the UK in cinemas is because drunk people will go and it'll be shit for everybody. But cinemas just need to adapt a little bit. Concerts will be the next thing. That'll be the next thing. Live streaming of concerts at cinemas. You know, it's gonna. You want to go and see fucking Coldplay, and it's going to cost you 200 quid to go and see Coldplay. You can come see them here for $15.99 at the exact same time as it's happening there. It's amazing that fucking hasn't happened yet, but it'll happen. Next year's World Cup, there will be the final will be at this fucking cinema. There'll be bits like that.
2 in the morning.
At 2 in the morning, yeah, but it will. These things will happen. You know, the sad point is the cinema experience might start to dwindle. You know, you've got less people working in there. You know, the quality, you know, if a projector fucks up, then fuck it. There's no one there to fix it because they just press the button and walk away. But the cinema as an actual place that exists will always adapt to make money. It's just how it does it. Or maybe I'm just an ever-eternal optimist for these things.
I hope so. Well, I hope you're not an optimist and you're a realist. I hope. Any other questions, Scott?
We got quite a lot of mileage out of my questions this week. I'm quite glad.
Yeah. Okay, shit. So, coming up on next week's show, we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We might have something else. Something has come up, personal life wise. Nothing bad, Mark, but might stop me from seeing the other thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Completely forgot about a birthday.
That's fine.
Not my wife or my daughter's.
That's good. That's good. I was thinking, it can't be either of those because they're not coming up. No. Well, one's coming up soon, but not that soon.
One's coming up soon, but not that. Yeah, quite. But yeah, we will be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and Becky will be back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was a chunky show.
It was a chunky show,
very
wasn't it?
much, folks. Yes, it was. Yes,
we originally at one point planned to finish this show at 8 o'clock.
Well, yeah, we originally planned to finish the show an hour ago, but I'm glad we didn't. It was a good talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, folks, thank you very much for listening. Mark, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you very much, you, for listening.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Kill Bill's good.
Kill Bill's good. Bye.